Welcome to Family Woman TV, people. And today we'll be talking about the topic that says, how do you know if he is ready for marriage? I coined out this topic because I don't want my singles to keep wasting their time in relationships that are not going to end in marriage. So time is money and time is precious. So it is very, very important for my single ladies out there to know the signs that they have to see in a man to know whether that man is ready for marriage properly. Okay, so one of the first signs that you have to see in a man to know whether he is ready for marriage is he has to detest bachelorhood. At a point in the time of a man, in the life of a man, he begins to feel that he is long overdue for marriage. That feeling, that desire to get married will be in him. You will see it in his discussions with you. You will see it in the way and manner he comports himself. He even begins to detach himself from friends, those friends that usually make him not to talk about marriage. He begins to detach himself from them. You begin to see that he's no longer comfortable around them. He now wants to build a home of his own. Okay, that desire must be there. He begins to detest being alone, being a man of, just being confined to himself. He wants now to have subscribe to Family Woman TV. Subscribe. Have a partner and he's seriously working towards it. You begin to see it. Then another sign you will have to see is change of plan. He begins to show more commitment to you. He begins to draw closer to you. He begins to talk about marriage. He begins to discuss a future with you. He becomes more inquisitive to know how marriage works. He begins to attend, most of them will begin to attend seminars. They begin to draw closer to marriage counselors. Most of them will want to know more about marriage. You will be seeing that feeling. The feeling will come, the plan will come, and you also see a level of preparedness. Yes, their level of preparedness will change. Most of them will go as far as going to rent a house, buying kitchen utensils, buying household properties, getting their life planned and ready for marriage. You will see the way and manner that they have, started planning things, trying to put one or two areas of their lives together. At this point, you will know that this person is ready for what? Marriage. Then another thing that you also have to look out for to know whether he is ready for marriage is his mental preparedness. He begins to show forth a level of maturity. Before, maybe in the relationship, when people quarrel, he might take it so serious. He might even go to the level of keeping malice for days. But at this time, he becomes more matured. Okay, he begins to take things slowly and bit by bit. He begins to become more reasonable with you. He becomes more understanding. Because he wants to take this relationship to another level. So there is this level of understanding that he begins to showcase. You will see this level of maturity that comes into him, and he now begins to do things differently. Okay, so at this point you could say that this person is getting ready. He's preparing his mind, he's preparing his emotion, okay, to accommodate a wife, to accommodate a partner. Okay, at this point you could say that he is getting ready for what? Marriage. Then another sign that you have to see to know whether this man is getting ready for marriage is what? His level of financial preparedness financially. When a man is getting ready to get married, he is always he doubles his efforts. Okay, he tries to double his efforts. If financially, he tries as much as possible to do things that will fetch him more money. At this point, when a man is getting ready to marry, he begins to improve his finance. He looks for alternative means of income. He looks for ways and to raise money, because he knows that it's not going to be about him alone. He's going to feed not only himself, he will now feed another mouth. So you will see the level of financial preparedness in him. He will begin to do things that will fetch him money. He will begin to improve his income, because he doesn't want to lag behind financially. He wants to always be up to date in terms financially, in taking care of his home and family. So he ups his game and makes sure that he delivers, beyond expectation. One of the ways you can know that this man is ready to get married is when he begins to spiritually equip himself. Most times when you see men that are ready to get married, you see them going to the church, you see them increasing their religious activities, you see them going to see marriage counselors, you going to the church, you see them trying to participate in religious activities, you see them trying to pray, because they know that without prayers, marriage will not, it will not be successful. Okay, so they begin to soak themselves in prayer, and they increase their religious and spiritual activities in order to get spiritually ready to welcome a partner. Finally, another sign that you have to see in a man to know whether that man is ready to get married is when he introduces you to his family and friends. Anytime that a man is ready to get married, he introduces the person, his partner, his would-be partner, to his friends. He is now boldly showcasing you to the world. He will take you to his family. He will take you to, and he will talk about you everywhere, anywhere. He wants the world to know, this is the woman of my dreams. This is the woman I'm going to settle down with. Okay, so he introduces you to everyone who is ready to know that he is already on the verge of getting married. Okay, so he showcases you to the world. He takes you around all the people that he are vital in his life and introduces you. Subscribe to Family Woman TV.